Hey, this is Seth with In Demand Career. I show people how to get life-changing jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or a degree. And in this video, I want to share with you a bunch of recent success stories that I haven't had a chance to post yet, and I haven't had a chance to interview many of these folks because they haven't started their jobs yet, or they just started. So when you guys see an interview, understand there's so many other people that either didn't want to be on YouTube, weren't comfortable being public, or weren't available because they're so busy. I've got a lot of people I've been playing phone tag with or email tag with for months because they get so busy in their jobs. So I figured I'd do a whole video just kind of giving you a little peek behind the curtain and into the Facebook group as well, sharing some of these stories because these first two stories just are so moving to me. 19 years old, okay, so Kashawn Barbary wrote me this message on June 2nd. Hey guys, I'm 19 years old, writing this to you literally a day after receiving my first offer letter for my first full-time job in PPC for $50K plus $5K potential bonuses. I opted out of college and decided to pursue Seth's course when I graduated high school. I thought I was stupid after seeing all my classmates post pics of themselves at their new schools, but the course and all the alumni testimonials spoke to me, to everything I believed about college. I work for Chic-Fil-A, I make $9.50 an hour, and I just put in my 2 weeks. I'm super excited and a little scared, but I just want to say if you got the course and you're hesitant, just do everything Seth and the alumni say. It's changed my life. It's really worth it. It's given me valuable skills in the workplace and confidence I can achieve anything I set out to do. So I never read one of these out loud. a little emotional because, and he sent me the offer letter. I think I blurted out. I didn't want to give the details of the offer letter in there. But this is really exciting stuff, guys. 19 years old, no college degree, starting at that salary. It's unheard of. But here's what's even more amazing. On the very same day, June 2nd, Morgan posted. June 2nd, hi everyone. This morning I accepted my first ever full-time job as a paid search specialist at All Points North Lodge, a mental health company. This position is such an amazing opportunity for me because I'm extremely passionate about mental health and digital marketing. Win-win. Words cannot begin to express how grateful I am to have found Seth's program. Not knowing what the hell to do with my life, I dropped out of college at the age of 19. Yes. Fast forward 6 months today, I actually have a plan and know the direction I want to head towards. I threw myself into the unknown and man, did it change my life. And Morgan's 19. I had no idea. She was in the course hustling so hard for 6 months. And I saw her on the coaching calls. She submitted all the assignments. She was going on interviews. She got called back for some, others she didn't. And I didn't know she was 19. I thought she was in her 20s. And these guys both on the same day, both got hired. And she messaged me. She didn't even mention the salary. She's making $52K. Two 19-year-olds messaged on the same day, both making $50K. And they both skipped college. I am so moved by these guys. I'm so excited for them. They have no idea how far ahead of everyone else they are. Not just in the terms of money, but in terms of, as she says, knowing what she wants to do. And what also moves me, guys, is if you look at these, there's like 81 like 63 comments, all the love in the group. Makes it more than a business for me. She thanks all these guys in the course because everybody was supporting each other. Said she wouldn't be here today without the mentorship of Nick and Andrea, my coaches, and me. And we do care. So, I've redone this video a couple times because I get emotional. So I'm going to jump ahead and I'm just going to jump over to a few other ones. Christopher, this is like just happened. He said he hasn't been that active on the course. In the Facebook group, he just accepted an offer for full-time junior SEM analyst position. And he's only 20 years old with no degree. This is something else about the group I threw in there. Armando, who I interviewed, he's over 50, right? But he posts in the group because they're hiring. Caesars Entertainment is hiring for SEO specialists, and you're going to see people within the group getting hired, and supporting because they know it's my student, so they will connect with you and offer support. People have gotten jobs through those connections. Let's see. This is the group. This is from Nate, this is from back in March. There's more recent ones. I'm going to So I'm going to pop back to this one. Oh, this was George in May. He's Australian. We got another Aussie in the group. And it's so funny. He said he was applying in Germany, but he's an Australian citizen, so he wasn't getting a job. And then he moved back to Australia, and he got a job like right away in Melbourne. So he's actually starting this week. So I'm super excited. And he again is thanking everybody. And there's all this, you know, the support and the love is so great. And George is almost in the same time zone as me, so I appreciate that. And I'm really excited. I'll be interviewing, and again, I'll be interviewing all these guys in the future. Ari, he got a role as a junior Amazon media buyer at Pilot House, and he is Canadian. And so he wrote, again, another moving message. Abdi is, I believe, also in Canada. He said, it's time to celebrate. I got my first DM job. I'm going to be working remotely as a PPC agency at a PPC agency called Devs Love Digital. And Abdi did have doubt, and he had a lot of doubt because of school. You know, school messes a lot of people up. He says, I posted 2 weeks ago and voiced my doubt over getting it due to my past failures, but fortunately I was able to get the job. And there was a lot of support and a lot of encouragement within the group, which I really love. And from me, a lot of emails. He said there are 50 people who applied for this job. Many of them had more years of experience than I did, but I beat out some people who had 5 or 6 years of experience because of what I learned in Seth's course. With 1 year experience, my employer was really impressed with the work I'd done. I saw a lot of potential in me, so he decided to choose me over more experienced people. Just know you have a clean slate once you get into this field. Whatever failures you had in the past do not matter once you get into digital marketing. It's completely true, guys. So I had plenty of failures when I was in school because he had a low GPA. You know, I had spent 10 years working menial jobs like delivering pizzas and waiting tables. So there's just a lot of inspiration and possibilities here. Tom got a job working at Saatchi and Saatchi as an SEM coordinator. He is also, he's 25, so he's like a few years, you guys are still in your 20s. It's funny because at my age and seeing how successful my friends are, I'm like, dude, you are a baby. So once again, he had a nice response. Let me see what else here. Casey, this was back in April, and I forgot about him because he actually is working on some really big accounts. I think he's working on like Call of Duty and some big video game accounts. So that's really exciting. And then this also really moved me because this was a post that Matt Kerr posted in 2019 where he was asking for help and feedback. And I'm like, Matt just got promoted to senior SEM analyst at Omnitail. He's like a manager. He's like managing people, making, over 70K. And just like a couple of years ago, he was in the course trying to get feedback on his little website. Yeah, guys. One more thing, I'm going to jump around a little bit now. This is, I posted in my last walkthrough video, somebody from one of the companies I highlighted, CGI Communications, Xavier. He messaged me and said, I work at that company and we have openings. And I said, thanks for getting in touch with me. You're a fan. He was a student. So this is like, what I'm saying is like this guy took my course, I don't know, a year ago, got a job in my hometown, Rochester, and never told me. Or, until now. So this happens all the time. So and this is in general, like with reviews, every review you see, every testimonial you see, there are many other people who are not getting in touch. In fact, there is one student in here who had such a moving testimonial. She's in the UK, but she has asked me not to publicly share anything. She's a very private person, so I wish I could share that with you, but I can't. And then Nate over here. I'll bounce back to Nate because he was still a great story. Let's see, where's Nate? Nate. Yeah. So I was, let's see. He said, I made a deal with my mom that if I found a position by 6 months starting January 21, then I'd take college very slow and go at my desired pace. He spent day and night watching my videos, then fired from a full-time job, had no income, and then he got a job with this Finder.com, one of Australia's biggest websites. And I don't even think he's Australian. And so he basically beat the bet he made with his mom. I can't express how grateful I am to Seth for giving me this knowledge in simple layman's terms. Before I was so sad working jobs I absolutely hated, but now I'm doing something I enjoy, as I've always been inclined to computers. That just excites me so much for people who've been at crappy jobs, or people like Morgan or Keyshawn who are just starting. I mean, to be in a field where you actually like what you're doing, find it stimulating, is so rare, and you're being paid well. It's so fantastic. Let's see. I haven't had a chance to. I did. I interviewed Rivati recently. We talked about that, and Rashad Thomas. Let's see. I forget Thomas. He's on top of the world. He was originally hired for an entry-level PPC position. He's making $40K. He's 22, and he starts in June. I don't think he posted this in the Facebook group. This was a personal message on LinkedIn. Again, I love these. James Chen was one of my students who was in the course for a while and didn't follow exactly my instructions until this year. And so my internet, by the way, my internet's kind of slow, so that's why it's loading so slowly. But basically, he is working at a startup in New York City, and he, wow, this is kind of like a time machine going back to the year 1995 when this is how things would load. So I may leave Instagram for a moment. But basically, he persevered, and he actually followed the instructions. And it's funny because I remember asking him, like, did you do everything I said in the past? And he hadn't quite done it. When he finally made those adjustments is when he started getting those responses. We interviewed Rucha. Let's see. Garima is another one who I'm going to be interviewing. She got a job in Hong Kong. This is pretty cool. Overseas. And actually, she said it wasn't easy because most jobs over there require Cantonese. But, you know, she got a job very quickly, and she's working in Hong Kong. Yeah. And then there's other people in the UK like Dominic. This is Tim, and Tim is the one I'm trying to interview because he's making over 6K. I think he's making. I'm really interested why my internet is doing this, but basically he went from 40K to 75K to 105K, which is, I think, a great place to leave off. And I really was excited to interview him, and then he got so busy with his job he hasn't had time. He's like, "Can you check back with me in the fall?" And that's, again, another reason why I don't always have somebody to interview. I've been pretty consistent this year, but there may be lulls, and that's why I'm doing this. So anyway, guys, if you watch the interviews, if you read the testimonials, you'll understand this isn't something that happens overnight. Nobody says I signed up for the course and the next day I got hired. If you're hearing anyone promising you that, it's not. It's false expectations. But if you hustle your butt off for 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, and take action, it's the other thing. You got to send out those applications. You got to go out on those interviews. It's not going to just, you have to be engaged. But these types of things can happen. And I'm really grateful for the community and for my coaches, Nick and Andrea and Matt and the alumni who keep showing up and sharing job openings. It's just great. So I hope you guys have found this inspiring. If you are wondering if you can do this, you can. And there are so many jobs. There's still around 90,000 jobs a day on LinkedIn. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really, and it's still something most people do not know about. So anyway, guys, so a little emotional for me. I hope, hope I wasn't a little too out there for you. Feel free to leave comments or questions below. If you haven't already checked out my free webinar explaining what this field is and how it's possible that people are actually getting these jobs with no previous experience, and how it is legitimate and it is proven, and these are real jobs at real companies and real agencies, check out the link below. Check out the free webinar. It's definitely, life-changing skill set. It changed my life, and it changed all these other people's lives, and I'm really happy to be able to share it with all you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys soon.